down in there, you can see that right there that's lit up down in there is the harmonic balancer, and the seal behind it has been leaking. So I had this taken apart and I just replaced the seal, and I was looking at the harmonic balancer going, this is a bit sketchy, I should probably replace that, but I didn't want to wait. I had the seal, I went ahead and I replaced the seal. It leaked immediately. So when I take this harmonic balancer off, I'm going to show you what it looked like and all of that. The wobbling is also an indicator that there's an issue. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take the fan shroud off. I have that clutch fan in there, I'm going to take that off, and then that'll get us down there into the harmonic balancer, which we'll go ahead and we'll take that off too. There are two 10mm bolts that hold the shroud on, and then there's an electrical clip here, and that's it. It slides into sort of chutes, grooves in here, so this will lift out. So on those versions of this 2007 Jeep Liberty that don't have the clutch fan, you can just, once that's done, this will just come right out. You don't have to mess with it. I put a tow package on, so I put this fan on, and this fan, you can't quite get your hands in there, so you kind of gotta work it out with a big old crescent wrench, or if you have the right size open face wrench, you can use that. But once these are done, you can, they both should pretty much just come right out. There we go. Okay, so that'll come off. Try not to damage the radiator in the process. Here you have to remove the tensioner on the serpentine belt, and that requires a 15mm socket, and you will turn that clockwise to loosen the tensioner and to get the belt off. And the belt's off. Right down in here, you can see your bolt. You're going to take an impact and you're going to take that bolt off. Then there's a tool that you put on it that will pull this off. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that next. Get that off first. The bolt that holds the harmonic balancer in place is a 21mm bolt, so that's the size socket you're going to need. All right, so that came off pretty easy. There's the bolt that holds your harmonic balancer on. The longest extension in there, and then your tool. And this, you got to get this to lock down onto this. I don't know, I can't, that looks like it's locked on there like it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go get my wrench, my socket, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to socket and just ratchet this thing off of there. All right, so that one is 19. Okay, and there we have it. So now I recently replaced this seal. Yeah, inspecting this seal, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not going to change it out. If you notice there, so here you can see, if you look, you can see it's got all grooves on it and everything, and so it's not you know, that's a problem. It's got some wear, it's been wobbling or whatever. Likely it got damaged somehow when the Jeep was getting slammed around. This new one, you can see it's really just smooth. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this new one on and discard the old one. So you'll notice these have a keyway, and there's a keyway on the crankshaft. So obviously those have to line up. What we need to do is we're going to put a thin layer of oil on this to help lube it in there a little bit better, and then we'll go from there. There we go. So we're in the keyway now. Put that on with the impact, and this requires 130 foot-pounds of torque. Now the thing is that thing wants to move, so I've got to find something to put in there so that it doesn't. So I have to get this in here, get it up against something so that it doesn't torque itself over when I'm putting the torque wrench to it. So it may take a little bit, but so 130 pounds on the torque wrench, and that's quite a bit. Okay, looks like we're in there at 130 pounds. It clicked. So we're good. Take this out, and now just got to put it all back together. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is put the belt on. There's a diagram on usually on your vehicle that shows you where. Okay, so we got the serpentine belt, comes up over this pulley down. I want to say that's the camshaft, whatever, alternator around. I think that's your air conditioner right here, and then down over here for the power steering, and then down over the crankshaft, and then up over the tensioner. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten those up. Go. So now the belt, and look at that, straight as a whistle, straight as a whatever, no wobble, no anything. Everything looks good. The belt's on. We can go ahead and put our radiator all fans back together. Good to go. I have oil up here. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I'm going to spray it out with some brake cleaner, clean all this grease and stuff that likely blew out. I'm going to go ahead and put the fans together. It's a little bit of a trick because you can't put one on and then the other. You kind of have to sort of slide them in at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. You kind of get it like this, and then you just sort of let this one ride its way in there a little bit. You can put it around. There you go. And then this other one, you work it into those grooves down there. Yeah, you have to take a special effort to make sure you're holding this fan straight so it's lined up on the threads. You will see it cross-threading immediately. You don't want that. That would be an issue. So I got it where it's going straight. You can tell it goes on there with ease. So that's the way you want to do it. Okay, so we're good there. Yeah, so just going to put these little bolts back in there. These things are great. Just got to make sure you're aiming them the right way. So wonky. Anyway, that's it. That's changing out harmonic balancer. I didn't do the seal, but the seal just pops out. You pop a new one in, but that's all there is to it.